Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to the Fabienne Show. Today, I want to talk to the part of you who has worked so hard for what she's created. The part of you who built everything that you have through hustle and grit and long nights and discipline and just sheer will. The part of you who has earned every penny, every client, every award, every big win, and yet feels so tired down to her bones. I think you know what I mean. If you've ever caught yourself thinking, I can't slow down or everything's going to fall apart, or maybe you've said to yourself, if I want to make more, if I really want to scale my business to 7 figures, I'm going to have so much more work. And that just scares me. If this is you, then this episode is for you because there is a new paradigm emerging for women in business. And I have been at the helm of this for decades. And it's one that honors the body. It honors your nervous system, your need for downtime, and the truth that ease and abundance, big abundance, can absolutely coexist. And today we're going to talk about releasing the old belief that high income, bigger impact, bigger reach, you paying yourself more is going to require overwork and exhaustion. Let's be honest. If you think back to your childhood, and I think back to mine, most of us were conditioned to believe that money only comes from sacrifice. We saw it everywhere growing up. Maybe like me, you saw your parents working really long hours. My mother went to work at 7 a.m. She came back at 7 p.m. We were praised for being responsible and pushing through fatigue, for being the dependable one in our family. And somewhere along the way, we equated effort with worth and value. And we learned that success requires exhaustion and not being true to ourselves. Maybe you learned, like I did, that rest equals laziness, and that slowing down means that you're falling behind. And so we've learned to push and to overgive and not listen to our bodies. And we keep striving, even when our bodies whisper, enough, you need to rest. This is the culture of overwork. It is a learned culture, and it is so normalized that we stop actually questioning it. And we wear our exhaustion like a badge of honor. We post about our 16-hour days and we call it hustle because we're in a hustle culture. And somehow we feel proud of our exhausting productivity, even when we're running on empty. And we tell ourselves, this is just what it takes. This is what's required to be successful. But here's what I've learned over 25 years of being in business. Overworking is not a badge of honor. It is not noble. It is not normal. It is actually a trauma response. And it's what happens when your nervous system doesn't get true rest. It doesn't get to trust ease. And for so many women entrepreneurs that I meet, overworking is not just a habit. It's like an identity. Like, this is who I have to be. And so we take action from that identity. Because again, we've been praised for it in childhood, right? You're such a hard worker. You're so driven. Oh, what I love about you is that you're always going the extra mile. And yes, let's not negate the fact that it did help us to get to where we are today, wherever you are in the scope of entrepreneurship. It helped us build what we have, and now it's costing us. Because what we were able to do at age 20 is not what we're able to do now. Let's call that for what it is. Because the same pattern that got you here cannot take you there. That is a message that I'm going to say to you again and again. The way you show up in your business got you to today, but that big dream that you have, scaling to 7 figures with 14 weeks of vacations, if you choose to take them, this is no longer going to work. And if your body is constantly in fight or flight, you cannot expand your business. If your nervous system is always braced for that next task and you're downing your coffee just to have the energy, you won't be able to receive from ease. I've learned that you cannot grow a business sustainably if your body associates rest with danger. And so when you think, if I slow down, I'll lose momentum, I want you to hear this instead. When you slow down, you actually come back into your power, sister, because depletion does not create abundance. Just think about that for a moment. Depletion cannot create abundance. Alignment does. Let's make this real. If you've ever noticed that your income has plateaued, that's not a strategy issue. Okay, we think, oh, I need to market more. I need to, create some new funnels. And yes, you may need to market more and create new funnels, but it's also an energetic plateau where you're undercharging because you think ease is laziness, or maybe you over deliver or over give or allow scope creep to happen in your business because you're afraid of being seen as selfish. Maybe you can't stop working because a part of you feels unsafe if you're not constantly proving your value and your worth. And you might even feel like this subtle guilt when things start to feel easy. Sometimes when I'm coaching the women in Bold Heart, there's this waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's what they say, as if you're doing something wrong when good things happen to you with ease. And this is what I call loyalty to overworking. It's not just a pattern of how you act, it's a subconscious pattern, but it's really powerful. And the only way to change it, in my experience, is to gently teach your body, not just your mind, that it's safe to allow abundance. It's safe to succeed without depletion. We don't have to put on our masculine mask to be a successful female business owner. Here is the reframe that I believe will change everything for you. You do not earn more by doing more. You actually earn more by becoming more. You earn more by leading and not laboring all the time, by embracing your identity as the visionary and not the workhorse, by protecting your energy as your greatest asset, by setting boundaries to honor that identity. Because when your energy is clean, when you are rested, when your nervous system is calm, when you feel regulated, you become much more magnetic. That's when your intuition starts to kick in. That's when your creativity flows. That's when those ideas show up and those opportunities start finding you. Breathe into that for a moment. It's not about you doing more. It's actually about you doing less. That's when prospective clients feel that energy and they say, I want that. What does she have? I want that. And this is what it looks like to move from exhausting effort to aligned energy, from pushing so hard to just deep presence, from hustle to harmony. Ease, as I've learned, is not the opposite of success. It's actually the gateway, the portal to sustainable success. So before we go further, let's redefine success for this new chapter of your business and your life. Success is not about how many hours you work. I'm just going to say that one more time so you hear it and let it land in your body. Success is not about how many hours you work. It's about how aligned you feel while you're working. It's not about how much you do. It's about how much you allow. It's actually about systems and getting the right support and creating structure for your entrepreneurial nature. And when you have that, that's what multiplies your income while you protect your energy. It's about releasing the martyr complex and really owning your worth and your value for just who you are, not what you do. That's the feminine principle. And you can create wealth by honoring your energy, not by abandoning it. You can expand your business without expanding your stress. Because I've learned in my own life, the more rested I am, the more creative I become. If I'm depleted, I have nothing else to give. And I have a feeling you're like me too. And so the more you allow yourself to rest and to set up those boundaries and to say no more often, the more your business strengthens. The more you receive high-level support. I mean like world-class support, as opposed to putting somebody on your team who isn't quite world class, that's when the money starts to flow in because you don't have to micromanage as much. So I just want to invite you to take a deep breath right now. Place your hand over your heart and say to yourself, it is safe to earn with ease. It is safe to say no. It is safe to lead from peace, and it is safe to grow without burnout. Let that land in your body. Breathe into that. Because the truth is, your nervous system must feel safe before your income can expand. And when you feel safe with things being easy, that's when abundance flows naturally. Think about it. Take your hand right now and create a fist and notice those white knuckles, right? Your fist is closed. That means you cannot receive. Let it go. That's when your business starts to grow on its own momentum, not from all the pushing, not from all the hustle, but more from being in alignment with who you really are. I hope that today's conversation resonates deeply with you. And if you feel yourself saying, yeah, this is me, then I just want you to really just slow down. And if you need my help to grow with more alignment, let's talk. I'm here for you. It's your time to release that old paradigm of struggle and to step into a new way of you showing up in your business. This is about you questioning this overworking, overgiving, hyper functioning, and instead allow yourself to be more of who you are and to rest. This is about filling your cup instead of working from an empty cup. This is where your peace creates your prosperity. And this is where success feels as good as it looks, because you deserve to earn more and have more downtime at the same time. You are worthy of abundance that feels beautiful. You are safe to earn with ease. And you are allowed to build a business that supports your body and your heart and your family, and that spa day you want to take every week, and those vacations where you don't need to bring your laptop. Okay? That's my message for you today. Until next time, my love, take a breath, say no, set some boundaries, trust the ease, and remember, you don't have to work harder to rise higher.